Yo, welcome back to Chaotically Conquering, episode 15.
Sure, if you say so.
It's our quince moment.
Damn it. I'm not going to get to the Wi-Fi.
Oh, it's okay. Here, I
was in a hotspot myself.
I'm also not on the Wi-Fi. However,
I'm
okay, hotspot. Hotspot the hell.
I should have been more prepared, but we're not.
Yeah. Anyways, we have a guest.
Let's
we have a special guest.
In the room.
Yeah, let's address this European man in
European.
He is European.
European.
Yeah, why do you keep saying European like that?
I just don't know my states or my capitals or my anything.
Oh, care to introduce yourself, honey?
Hello, I'm George, and I'm from Portugal.
Why are you laughing?
Sorry.
Oh,
there it is.
That's the effect you get. Sorry.
Perfect.
Sorry, I don't have any good ones.
Any applause? No applause?
Oh, sorry, we'll clap.
There we go.
George is my boyfriend. He flew all the way from
gay?
Portugal. I'm gay. We should have that as a sound effect.
My Wi-Fi is not working.
It's okay here. I have it here.
We have it there? Okay,
Yeah.
perfect.
Okay, so
Let me shut down this computer.
thanks for coming on.
Thank
George,
you for inviting.
Of course.
Of course.
You sound amazing, by the way.
Thank you.
George is here in America for about a month. About a month, or yeah. And so we invited him on the pod because this episode we're going to talk about
food. Look at you. You already read the email.
I need to change the sound effects, but food.
Perfect.
George, do you like food?
I like food. I love it.
You love food?
Yes.
And I mean, can you remind us what your favorite movie is?
Oh, yes, my favorite movie is Pixar's Ratatouille.
See where I went there?
Oh,
Ratatouille.
I was so confused.
Yeah, I think that connects and paints your image beautifully because you love admiring food, you love critiquing food, you love eating food, and
I love thinking about food as well.
it's always on your mind. The flavors, the combinations,
the smell.
The
Creativity.
Vanessa, do you like food?
Of course I love food.
What?
Food is energy, calories are energy, and carbohydrates are energy.
Food is poetry.
Food is poetry.
Food is poetry.
Wow.
And food is a basic human right.
Food is also a luxury.
It is also a luxury. Crazy, right?
Yeah. I just saw that.
For me,
yes, Justin, do you like food?
I hate food. I don't eat food.
Oh no.
Actually, there have been times where I'm I don't like food. Yeah, and so I would
sometimes I'm I don't want to eat. I don't have the energy to eat. But that's a whole different thing.
Okay, y'all. Well, when we are eating food, here, let me bring up the poll.
Yeah, we have a lot of questions.
Yeah.
We have two. We put up 2 questions.
We put up 2 questions on a poll, and let me see if anyone
so we asked,
answered.
what would your last meal be? And some people
responded.
Spicy deluxe from Chick-fil-A with fries and a lemonade.
Oh, that's one of their last meals? That's a fun question.
Chicken fillet.
Chick-fil-A.
Yeah.
I haven't tried that yet.
Oh my God.
I'm taking him to Chick-fil-A.
We're taking him to Chick-fil-A after this.
I love Chick-fil-A.
What else is people's last meal?
Texas toast and country gravy and some chicken fingers.
From Raising Cane's?
So Cane's? No, they said country gravy.
So not Raising Cane's.
Not Raising Cane's. Raising Cane's adjacent.
So chicken is the common element here.
Chicken. Everybody loves chicken.
Everyone loves
chicken. You
chicken
went to Raising
here.
Cane's for the first time last night. Can you tell us your experience?
Well, the overall experience was great, but I think I had this great expectation because everyone was just filling me with good words and it's gonna be great, you're going to love it.
Yeah, we kind of hyped it up.
So in the end, I liked it, but it's hard to say I loved it, but it was good.
I love that. were you guys just in the car?
Oh no, we were in the restaurant.
Oh.
Yeah, with the disco balls and the vibe,
Do you
the
like
music.
the you like the restaurant itself?
The decoration was nice. I liked that I was surrounded by photos, and the history of the restaurant was inside. The workers were also great. I felt a good vibe everywhere. It was just going all the way up, and then when it hit to the food, I felt like this high, beautifully pitched note was missing.
Oh no.
But as I said, I liked the experience. It was a good experience.
I mean, you're like a food critic, right?
I'm hardly a food critic. I just like food.
No, please give more of your background here, because I know.
Yeah.
But the audience doesn't know.
Yeah, tell the audience.
Well, back home in Portugal, I collaborate with an organization which works very closely to food. So because of this, I have proximity to a lot of activities and events focused on food. One of the latest ones I was at was a food summit, where they gather lots of
summit.
A summit, yeah.
Take all my friends to the summit.
This summit, you guys can Google it. It's called the Melting Gastronomy Summit. And it gathers a lot of chefs, restaurateurs, people from the industry, and they just get together and talk about what's going on. My job gives me this extra proximity to food. So I guess this is why I also feel a little bit closer to the food topic. But all from an amateur point of view. Okay, I'm no expert, no professional, just a food lover.
As we all are.
I think, since we're already talking about like our last meal, I think our first question, I want to start with you, George, is like, what would your last meal be? Like, when you go to prison. Or wait, are we talking about last, like prison, right?
If you knew it was your last meal ever, what would it be?
Got it.
Okay, so this question is not new. I frequently think about this.
I've always thought about it.
Think about what I'm going to eat last before I die.
And interestingly, the answer changes. Sometimes I feel the last meal I would have would be a francesinha, which is a typical dish from the north of Portugal. It's very meaty, cheesy, saucy. It's good, beautiful comfort food. However, in recent times, I have come to think more about it, and I changed my choice. My final meal would be a hot dog from the island.
And why? It just sounds like a really regular meal, a hot dog.
Just to give some context, I was born in the Azorian island of São Miguel. So it's a Portuguese archipelago with 9 islands. One of them is São Miguel. And in this island, there is quite an interesting phenomenon in the largest city. We have hot dog vendors who congregate around the city.
Oh yeah, us too. Like at the concert.
They congregate outside of the Taylor Swift concert.
Yeah, but these hot dogs
different.
they make, they are beautifully made hot dogs. You see them cook it in front of you. The meat is beautifully cooked. The bread is crunchy always. And then there's a special ingredient which I have come to realize it's not common here in the States, at least, because I have a hard time finding it. So I just brought it from Portugal.
Show and tell.
Go
we
ahead.
love this.
So audio listeners, George is pulling out this black bag
just hear the bag.
Oh.
It's like a chip bag.
These are very thin chips that you could, I guess you could call it straw chips. I have also seen shoestring chips.
When he took out the bag, I thought it was pasta.
So what do we do with these? Well, we just make it rain over the hot dog and fill it up. And to me, that is a complete hot dog. With the bread, the sausage, the sauces, and then these chips.
Ketchup?
Yeah.
Ketchup goes under. Sometimes I put mayonnaise above the chips.
Ooh.
Yeah, here we only put ketchup, mustard. I never eat relish.
People put relish.
That's kind of it.
But basically, I think the most equivalent to it, a good hot dog would be like a hot dog from Los Callejones in LA, which is bacon wrapped hot dog with I'm salivating already with a onion, and then you can eat it with a little pepper on the side.
That sounds delicious. However,
people put mayonnaise, ketchup, mustard.
I love mayonnaise. Not too much though, because that's when it gets Those chips are really interesting because we don't have those.
No, the
here.
closest thing it reminds me, because I grew up around a restaurant. My dad works at a restaurant. He's worked at a restaurant for over like 40 years. The uncooked chow mein. we would eat it. It looks like that, but a little thicker.
The noodles.
But we would just eat it like chips,
Mm-hmm.
and it was so good.
Oh no, yeah, like in my in elementary school or like junior high, they would crush up ramen. Yeah, they would crush it up and add the seasoning. However, that is not at all close to what those chips are like. That George brought in. These are are these potato based?
Yes, yes. They cut it. I don't know how they do it, but it's so thin. You know, like it. I feel like every time I touch it, it's going to break apart. But no, it holds on. So as you put it up in the hot dog. And as you take a bite, you just hear these 1,000 pieces of crunch, and
I love a good crunch, and like
it's just a wave of crunch hitting you.
Remember when we went to Panda Inn and we ate those noodles that we just like flip over?
And they're like crunchy a little?
Yeah, soft and crunchy.
Mm-hmm. I think the dynamic here with the hot dog and chips is like it adds that crunch to something that doesn't usually have a crunch. Like, you know, like Vanessa, whenever we go out, you always like put the chips in it, put the fries in it, put the fries in it.
You put like chips, like potato chips inside
in a sandwich.
Your sandwich.
Yes, and it gives you that crunch.
I love it.
Similar concept.
I've done that too.
It's delicious.
So
do you put fries inside of your burgers?
Oh, I love doing that.
Am I going to get slaughtered if I say I do?
Yeah,
no, because
we all do.
I love it.
I know some people will probably think it's not a good idea.
Have you
Why
ever
is it not a good idea?
What?
Just because when you go to a place and order a burger, it is not on the menu. You know, it's something you do it yourself.
It's a DIY.
Yeah.
So what were you gonna say?
I was gonna say like a chicken nugget and you wrap it in a
French fry.
French fry.
How do you wrap a chicken nugget in a French fry?
It has to be really soft, but or you just eat it at the same time.
Yeah, like.
I remember I used to do that in elementary school.
What would your last meal be, Vanessa?
Shoot, that's a hard question because I think it changes. I think
if you were to die right now in this studio, what would you want to have in front of you to eat?
I think birria with rice, like the orange rice, but it has to have a lot of like. I don't know how you say it in English, but consommé.
Like the sauce, like
the nor sauce.
The sauce that comes out of the birria.
the nor that you put in your rice.
Oh, like the seasoning.
It has to have a lot, yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, George is looking confused because he has no idea what any of these things are.
I'm just imagining.
Yeah, birria is like
shredded meat with like sauce, red sauce, but it's not like.
It's like soupy.
It's soupy almost.
It sounds like a very juicy bolognese.
It's really juicy. Like you like wrap your tortilla and you like just dunk it and you eat it.
I like it.
It can get messy. Like but with like a lot of cilantro and onions. It's recording, I hope.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what my last meal would be. Or just like spaghetti.
Wow, those are two very different kinds. I mean, spaghetti's also saucy.
Can we mix the spaghetti with the meat?
Birria spaghetti?
Birria ramen?
Yeah, they do birria ramen.
I was going to say birria pho.
We have to take you to a birria.
No.
Why not?
I have trauma from a birria.
So where do I get birria?
I just get it from my mom.
Oh, like homemade.
Yeah.
Got it.
I have to get it from my mom or else it's not good.
Okay, so either Mexican food or spaghetti.
Or spaghetti with like ground beef on top of it.
Those are like comforting foods.
With garlic bread.
Garlic bread.
Oh my god. What's that place called? I used to go a lot when I was like a kid.
Olive Garden?
No. It's in Costa Mesa. It's I think it's Diora or something. It's so good. It's like a Carolinas in Anaheim. If that recall. Yeah.
I've never been to Carolinas.
Oh, you've never
very
been?
Local,
it's not that good.
Oh, can anyone ask me what my last meal would be?
What's your last meal?
Oh, okay. So it changes. This is gonna be so basic compared to your guys's, but
Don't say McDonald's.
It's McDonald's. Dude, I love McDonald's. Like, it's so good. Like,
so you would just like if you knew it was your last day on Earth, you would just pull up to a McDonald's.
No, I'd have like someone prepare me like McDonald's like fresh,
gourmet.
Gourmet, like the best McDonald's you'll ever eat. Even though you know how you had McDonald's, they're like, this is the best McDonald's I've ever had.
Remember when we went to go get fries and they were the best fries we've ever had?
They were the best fries I've ever had from McDonald's.
God, it was so good.
It's like taking that
with
top
the Coke
tier.
or Sprite.
Oh my god, both. Can I have one of each so I can like sit between before I die?
I have a follow-up question. Given that McDonald's has two ways to do it, either at the diner or driving through, would you drive through and go somewhere and have your last meal elsewhere, or would you have it in restaurant?
In the McDonald's?
Yeah.
I would drive somewhere. I would probably drive to like, I don't know how I'm going to die, but if I have time, I'd drive to a nice, pretty sunset area, like a cliff or something, and then just like watch it and while I eat, and then I die. Nice. Something pleasant. But not in a McDonald's, please.
Really?
Yeah. What if
even if it was like a really nice McDonald's, like a 2-story McDonald's?
A 2-story McDonald's?
Yeah.
No, I don't want to dine at McDonald's. What the hell? I mean, you guys never discuss where you'd eat your last meal because you don't know where you're going to be when you die.
That's true.
Well, going back to my answer, the hot dog place is not a restaurant. It's just a roulette. Roulette?
Like a stand?
It's a stand, yes. Sorry. The word in Portuguese is roulette. So I was trying to get to roulette, but never mind this. So I would have to take the hot dog somewhere.
Yeah, it's portable.
I guess I would also sit on a bench and just look at the ocean.
Wow, that's really poetic.
I think I would sit on my couch with my iPad.
On the couch with the iPad.
Your setting of eating is like my choice of the eating. Like, bruh.
Perfect.
What are you watching on the iPad?
I don't
Kid
know.
shows?
I have to like
Bluey?
My food's gonna get cold before I can decide what I'm gonna watch.
What did you guys hate as a child in terms of food, but grow to like now?
Birria. Just because like it looked disgusting.
It looks kind of gross. If I showed you, George,
no.
But like the way that some people make it and the way that the restaurants make it, it does not smell pretty, and we've experienced that. Remember? That's why I didn't like it.
Yeah, I guess for me, I hated avocado. Like it was like, ugh. Like as a kid, I would taste it, and it tastes like, I don't know. It tastes like chemical, like soap. Yes, it tastes like soap. And I don't know if it was because I had a bad avocado, but I did not. I would hate it. It was like slippery, the texture. But now I'm a slut for avocado. Yeah. It's like, please put it on. But if you're charging extra, I don't want it because for some reason everyone charges extra for avocados.
I remember like during the pandemic, I would just eat avocados and like I would put salt and pepper and just eat it like that.
That sounds actually really delicious. I would do that.
Because I was sad. It was the pandemic.
Yeah, reasonable.
Anyways.
Sad avocado. Go ahead, George.
Okay, Brussels sprouts.
Oh.
Yeah, there's a context. My mom cooks beautifully. She's great at making a tuna salad, which is like this boiled potato, boiled carrot, boiled peas, the tuna, and then a lot of mayonnaise, and then you mix it all up. Serve it very cold. It's a great comfort dish. However, occasionally my mom would throw in there Brussels sprouts.
She would sneak it in?
And they were kind of hidden mingled within all the ingredients. So I didn't see they were there. So I would eat that. And every time I catched one of those damned Brussels sprouts, the whole meal was ruined. However, sometime during my adolescence, this changed.
That's terrible.
No, but this changed. Sometime during my adolescence, I tried the Brussels sprout, and I just liked it. Just like that.
Oh.
I mean, Brussels sprouts are like little cabbages to me. Like,
they're so cute. They're so cute.
They are really cute. Whenever I'm in like a certain mood, I'll crave Brussels sprouts, but
it's gross. I don't think I've actually ever had a Brussels sprout.
Put them in the oven and roast them with paprika, and it's beautiful.
I've seen that.
They are delicious. They're healthy. I mean, it's a healthy food.
Steamed vegetables, I think, are my favorite.
I just realized that when I talk about food, I use the word beautiful a lot.
It is beautiful.
Food like McDonald's isn't beautiful.
Excuse you.
What is your piece of food or ingredient that now you love? That's
it was avocado.
Oh, it was avocado.
Oh yeah, yeah. Sorry, I switched up the order
because you just like it so much.
I love avocado.
It doesn't fit my brain that you at some point didn't like it.
It's just, I don't know, like as a kid, like growing up, it's like you have these new tastes in foods that aren't like mashed carrot or like chicken and peas, but like avocado is just so foreign to me. And then when I learned that it was a fruit, that's when I was like, this is weird. I actually don't want it.
It's a fruit?
It's a fruit. Avocado is a fruit.
Tomato?
Because there's a big ass seed in the middle. What?
Tomato?
Tomato's a fruit. But culinarily, a tomato is a vegetable.
Oh, I didn't know that.
The more you know.
And to the supermarkets, it's also a vegetable. Because on the self-checkout, there are different tabs according to the category of what you're buying. And tomato is not in the fruit section.
Wow, that's controversial.
So on our poll, we also asked, what food/dish invokes a good memory or a bad memory? Do you guys have one in mind?
Why did no one answer our question?
Yeah, they did, but I want to ask you guys first.
What food evokes a good or bad memory? For me, it's the...
you know that scene in Ratatouille where the critic's eating the thing and then he flashes...
He's sucked back to his childhood. Beautiful.
For me, it's toasted bread with butter and sugar. I know it's a basic ass combo, but
you put the sugar on the bread?
Yes, you sprinkle it and then you spread it out on the spoon. And optional, add cinnamon. It's this delicious, wholesome snack that I would eat when I was a kid. When no one was there to cook for me.
I was about to ask that. Were you a latchkey kid?
Latchkey kid? What does that mean?
I don't know if it's a latchkey kid or a latchkey kid, but basically, no one's home, so you have to,
That's what I was, actually. Yeah, I was left home alone like an animal. Yeah. And so all I had were 3 ingredients. White bread, margarine butter, and white sugar.
Were you allowed to use the microwave?
I used the toaster.
You used a toaster?
Yeah.
Toaster oven?
Yes, it was a toaster oven. It's a combination of crunchy and buttery and just sugar. And the texture of the sugar, it's grainy a little, so it's it's so good. And just the combination of the flavors evokes this positive childhood memory within me.
Can you do that again?
Please don't.
It's nice.
Do you have one that evokes a bad memory?
I'd have to think about that one.
Do you have a good memory with food?
Yes, I have a very easy answer for that, and it might shock you, but it's McDonald's.
A good memory?
Yes,
of course.
Here's why. Back in the island, at least in the early years growing up, there was no McDonald's. It didn't exist. I would only get McDonald's during the summer when I would travel with my parents to the mainland to visit family, and there I would have McDonald's waiting for me. So I would wait a whole year for the opportunity to have McDonald's. And so every time I grabbed those chicken nuggets and the chips, not burgers really, but just those chips and the nuggets, they really throw me back to the summer of those early years growing up.
That's so cute.
Wow, that's wild. I can't imagine having McDonald's only once a year.
I remember it wasn't until I think college when I started eating McDonald's.
Damn, y'all are healthy. What about you?
I don't know if I have one. Maybe good memory. I remember when I would be with my dad, we would dip strawberries in sugar and we would eat them like that.
I would do the same.
Nice.
Have you ever done that? We just like to coat everything in sugar here.
Snow cones. Green snow cones.
Green snow cones.
Specifically green snow cones. I remember as a child I would always every Sunday we would eat snow cones.
What's the flavor of a green snow cone?
I don't know, but it started to taste like paint. So I switched over to watermelon or cherry.
What did our viewers say here?
So someone said chicken Alfredo pasta, bad memories. It made me sick for a week.
No, I love chicken Alfredo.
Chicken Alfredo?
It's bomb, dude.
Now as an adult, if I eat Olive Garden, it does make me sick for a week.
Yeah.
So
we got a lot of answers here.
Banana splits. It reminds me of good times with my family. That's cute.
I haven't had a banana split.
I've never had a banana split.
Decades.
What is a banana split?
Like a sundae? Ice cream?
Like ice cream.
Yeah.
It's scoops of vanilla ice cream with a banana.
To me, it reminds me of the ones from SpongeBob where the banana's perfectly
Yes,
adorned.
and there's sprinkles and whipped cream.
Goofy goobers.
Goofy goober. God, good times.
Sliders, bad, but only from one restaurant. I got food poisoning at Claim Jumper when I was 15. Oh my God, I feel that way about what's the green Flame Broiler? I got bad food poisoning
from Flame Broiler. Flame Broiler's teriyaki chicken bowl.
Yeah, and I didn't go to school for a week because I got sick. Fig bars reminds me of work. Oh my God.
Like in a bad way or
I
a
think
good way?
So.
Okay, if we're going that direction, the Nature Valley granola bars,
I love
those. I hate those because every time my mom would pack me Nature Valley granola bars, and they're the driest, they're very crunchy and hard granola bars that you'll ever have in your life, and they just make a mess everywhere. And she'd always pack them for me whenever I'd take tests at school because she thought it would help me. And I would hate taking tests at school, and therefore I would hate having to eat Nature Valley granola bars.
My girl dinner in college was Nature Valley granola bars and tangerines that I would just
Girl
have
dinner.
on my in my backpack randomly. Someone said mom's broken glass dessert and holiday ham bad. Every nut/fish allergy.
Oh, broken glass dessert is like,
feel like you can
Does
answer
not
that.
sound tasty.
it's a Filipino dish, actually. It's interesting that someone put that there.
I mean,
You know.
Why would you call it a broken glass?
It looks like broken glass. So what you do is you get cubes of Jello and you cut it up, and then I think you put it inside more Jello, and it looks like
I do
broken
that.
glass. Yeah,
Okay, Jello already makes it more interesting.
yeah, it's delicious.
my mom does it too. She like puts like cubes of Jello and then she puts like more Jello, but it's mainly milk Jello, and I can't have that, so I've never had it.
I haven't had Jello in years now that I think about it.
Me neither. It's just
Jello's
not.
so good.
These are like food where it's interesting because we're bringing up foods that like I think about, but I've never had in a long time, and I start to think about what I eat now, and it's just
Nothing.
nothing. It's not diverse at all.
Sometimes I forget to eat. I'm like, oh, why am I hungry?
Oh, what's this feeling
Yeah.
in my stomach?
Exactly.
Okay, I guess we can end off with this last question, which we were gonna ask first. But do you guys have like an all-time, and this can be separate or the same as your last meal, but you guys have an all-time like favorite food? And I personally hate this question because your answer changes, and you can never really decide on a perfect favorite food.
Your perfect dish,
But like if you
regardless of like if it's your last or not.
yeah, something that you could eat maybe like every day and not get sick of it. Is that a good way to put it?
Yeah, I like that. Do you have one?
Wow. I'm a bit conflicted because my mind is traveling across so many possibilities. But okay, a bit of an ambiguous answer, but it has to be something my mom cooked.
Oh.
Okay, it just tastes different. I cannot find anything similar in any restaurant or any other household. If my mom cooks it, it will taste like she did it. So vague answer, but I will go for something she cooked.
Mom's home cooked food.
As long as she doesn't put olives in it, because I do not like olives.
I feel like I would go for the same thing, but if I couldn't eat it every day and I wouldn't get sick of it, it would be tacos, like street tacos.
Tacos are so good, dude.
Yeah. But I have to eat it on the hood of a car. With my agua
Every
de
time.
Jamaica. I mean, because that's the way you're supposed to eat it. There's no tables.
Yeah, honestly, that sounds really wholesome.
What about you?
I was gravitating towards my mom's cooking. I mean, I haven't brought it up this whole podcast, but like my mom cooks really good food. Thanks, Mom.
Yeah.
But sometimes I get sick of that food. I'm trying not to say McDonald's as my favorite food because I think I've just like...
You're cooking at home.
Okay, if I'm cooking at home, what would my favorite food be?
Uh-huh.
Thank you for rephrasing it that way. I love, and Georgia knows this, I love penne de pesto.
Oh, and he cooks it beautifully.
Yes, it's pasta with this beautiful, delicious green pesto sauce.
Easy
I
to
can
make.
eat it all. It's so easy to make. And I add like chicken to it or like Italian sausage. I would always get it at Olive Garden, but then
We can't go there anymore.
yeah, we don't go to Olive Garden
Yeah,
anymore.
we got kicked out.
We did not get. You're saying that to sound cool, but really, the food was trash.
We kicked ourselves out.
Yeah. But on a lighter note, I love penne de pesto, just pasta in general. It's so consumable.
I think it's a good thing to have because it's like it's your grains and then you can add like your protein.
Yeah, and tacos you get your wheat and your meat
And your protein and your vegetables.
Yeah.
The first tacos I ever had were cooked by him.
Oh yeah,
Oh, yeah,
you
yeah.
made me tacos too, but you didn't have the right tortilla.
Yeah, I didn't have the right tortilla. But for George, I got these crunchy taco shells. I made like
Which
Del
is what
tacos.
you did to me.
That's a okay. I didn't say we're gonna have soft tacos.
You were like, "Oh, I don't have tortillas," and you busted out like some random
like
hard
crunchy
shell
taco shells. They're so good.
They were really good though.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
The ones I had were really good too, Justin. Thank you.
they were good. Okay, well,
I think that answers it all.
we've answered all the questions about food
Yeah.
and what we like to eat.
We appreciate all of our listeners' answers on Instagram. Those are really good answers considering like
now
we
I'm
just sent that
interested
poll.
in banana splits.
I want a banana split.
I
now.
want to look at one now.
Can we take George to eat a banana split?
I'm scared of banana splits. I don't like bananas.
Oh, noted.
I think bananas are so gross.
What?
They look
okay,
gross.
hold on.
Wait. We should have started with this. Why?
No.
They look gross. Like,
What?
I look at them and I'm like, that's slimy. And no.
Yo, my producer is saying if we keep going, we're gonna end up in World War III over bananas.
With Chiquita bananas?
I love bananas. So we're gonna lickety split off of this podcast. Thank you guys for watching and listening and consuming.
And we'll see you next time.
Yeah, be sure to follow us on Instagram. I think you can follow us on Spotify too now, right?
Yes.
Give us a like, give us a heart, tell your friends that we're cool and that we talk about relevant things like food.
Perfect. All right. Well, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.